You wake up at 6:47 a.m. Not because an alarm forced you, because your body is done sleeping and there's nothing chasing you into the day. The room is quiet, no notifications, no calls you have to take. The phone on your nightstand is 3 years old and you've never once thought about upgrading it. You get up, you make coffee. The machine is a $40 drip maker from a grocery store. It works fine. You've had it for 6 years. You stand at the kitchen window and watch the neighborhood wake up. A man in a work uniform is scraping frost off his windshield. A woman jogs past with earbuds in. A delivery truck idles at the corner. You know all of them. None of them know you, not really. They know your name. They wave when they see you. They think you're the quiet guy who works in finance, retired early, smart with money, nice enough, nothing flashy. They are not wrong. They are just missing everything underneath. Your net worth crossed $650 million last Tuesday. You know this because your phone buzzed once with an update from the app your financial team uses. You looked at the number, you put the phone face down, you finished your coffee. That was it. No celebration, no phone call, no champagne. The number changed the way a tree grows, quietly, continuously, without asking for applause. You've been wealthy for 11 years now, rich enough to disappear from the version of life most people are still trying to escape. But you haven't disappeared. You just got very quiet. By 8 a.m., you're in your car. It's a 4-year-old silver sedan, no logos, no rims, no tint that screams, "Look at me." The interior is clean. You keep a water bottle in the cup holder and a notebook on the passenger seat. That's it. You could be driving anything. You choose this, not because you can't afford something different, because this car gets you from point A to point B without anyone looking at you twice. And being looked at twice is something you gave up caring about a long time ago. You drive past a dealership on the way out of the neighborhood. A man is standing in the lot, arms crossed, staring at a car the color of a sunset. You know that feeling. You remember it, the want, the way money used to feel like something you were always running toward. You don't feel that anymore. That's the part nobody tells you. When you finally have enough, really enough, the wanting doesn't disappear. It just goes quiet. And in the quiet, you finally hear yourself for the first time. You pull into a strip mall, coffee shop on the corner, dry cleaner next door, a hardware store that's been there since the 80s. You park in the back, you walk in, the barista knows your order, medium drip, no room. You pay in cash. You leave $3 in the tip jar. You sit at a table near the window and open your notebook. This is your office. One of 3 you rotate between, depending on the day. The other 2 are a library 2 towns over and a corner table at a diner where the Wi-Fi is slow and nobody cares how long you stay. You have no building with your name on it, no corner office, no assistant standing outside a glass door. You have a notebook and a phone and relationships that took a decade to build, and that is enough to move more money in a single morning than most people will see in a lifetime. By 10 a.m., you've made 3 decisions. The first is a real estate position. A private equity group you've been watching for 2 years finally sent a deal worth entering. You send 2 words back, move forward. That's it. $11 million will change hands by Friday. You close the notebook. The second is a founder you've been backing quietly for 18 months. He doesn't know your full name. He knows you as a fund. His company just hit a milestone. You send him a message. Congratulations, keep going. He responds in 4 minutes with 3 exclamation points and a paragraph of gratitude. You read it once, you smile, you put the phone in your pocket. The third decision is personal. Your sister called last week. She's been quietly drowning in debt for 3 years, medical bills, a divorce that went sideways, 2 kids in school. You've already handled it. No announcement, no family dinner where you play the hero. You called one person, made 1 transfer, the debt is gone. She'll find out when the letters stop coming. She will never know it was you. This is the part that's hardest to explain. When you first started accumulating real money, you thought power would feel loud. You thought wealth would announce itself the way it does in movies, or the jet, the penthouse, the room that goes quiet when you walk in. But real power is the opposite. Real power is invisible. Real power is being able to change someone's life before lunch and then order a sandwich and eat it alone and feel completely at peace with the silence. The people who need everyone to know they have money, you understand them. You used to be them. That hunger isn't really about money. It's about needing the money to prove something to someone, to yourself. When the proof stops mattering, the noise stops too. By midday, you're back home. You eat lunch standing at the counter, leftovers from last night. The kitchen is clean. The furniture is old but good. Nothing in the house costs more than $1,000 except three things: a painting a friend made 20 years ago before he was famous, a library of first editions you started collecting when you were still broke, and a security system nobody would ever think to look for in a house like this. Your neighbor knocks to return a drill he borrowed in September. You let him keep it. He asks how things are going. You say fine. You ask about his daughter. He lights up, talks for 4 minutes straight about her soccer team. You listen, really listen, not performing listening, actually interested. He leaves and you close the door and the house is quiet again, and the quiet feels like yours. In the afternoon, you read. Not news, not markets. A book you've been moving through slowly for 3 weeks. History. The collapse of something that thought itself permanent. You take notes in the margin with a pencil. Your phone buzzes once. Another update from the fund. The number has moved again. You look at it the way you'd look at a weather report. Informative, not urgent. You keep reading. There is something nobody prepares you for. It's not the wealth that changes you. It's the invisibility. When you were building, everyone watched. Everyone had an opinion. Everyone wanted proximity when things were going well and distance when they weren't. Now nobody's watching. Nobody's tracking your moves. Nobody's celebrating your wins or waiting for you to fail. You've exited the performance entirely. And the first time that happened, it felt like loss, like you'd become nobody. Then slowly, over months, it started to feel like the only kind of freedom that's actually real. You are not on a list. You're not in a profile. You are not a brand. You are not building toward anything anymore. You are just a person who made it all the way through the game and walked out the other side and chose the most radical thing available to someone with everything. A quiet life. By evening, you make dinner. Simple. Something with eggs and whatever's in the fridge. You eat at the table. No TV, no music, just the sound of the neighborhood settling. You think about the founder you messaged this morning, the excitement in his 3 exclamation points. You remember what that felt like, the burning urgency of it, the feeling that everything mattered and the stakes were life or death. You don't miss it, but you respect it. You remember the version of you who needed to want something that badly. He got you here. You don't forget him. Before bed, you check one thing, not the number, not the markets. A folder on your laptop you've been building for 2 years. A foundation, not named after you. It'll never be named after you. It's funding 3 things: a literacy program in a city nobody covers, a water project in a place nobody's photographing, and a small grant program for first-generation kids who remind you of yourself at 19. You review the latest reports. 32 kids funded last semester. Water access restored to a village of 400. 8,000 books distributed. You close the laptop. You sit in the dark for a minute. $650 million is a number. Numbers are just tools. The only question that ever mattered was what you built with them when nobody was watching. You already know the answer. You go to bed. The neighborhood is quiet. The phone is face down on the nightstand. The drip maker is set for 6:45. And somewhere in the city, a woman who used to lose sleep over debt is sleeping deeply for the first time in years. She doesn't know why the letter stopped. She doesn't need to, neither do you.